Hey, how's it going? This is Adrian at Insomnia Records, coming to you on New Year's Eve 2025, the last day of 2025, and what a crazy year it's been. I'm very much looking forward to the new year with new possibilities, clean slate, and hopefully incredible art and incredible physical media releases and discoveries of wonderful things, old and new. So, without further ado, I will get on with this video. And this video is not about a list of my favorite 10 things, my favorite 10 books, my favorite 10 movies. There's a lot of that on YouTube right now. And I would have participated had I been better at time management. But these holidays got so hectic for me that I really didn't have a lot of time to dedicate to doing it the right way. So, in terms of my favorite albums, this was incredibly easy, actually, because I only have one record, really, that stood out to me this entire year. And, maybe I was listening to the wrong stuff, and feel free to give your favorite records of the year in the comments. I would love to hear, your take on that and what your tastes are, and maybe, get turned on to some new music that I was not aware of. That's always super cool. I really dig that. But as far as I'm concerned, from what I heard, I only had one record that I really loved, and this always happens. I got a review copy of this record months ago, and I really spent a lot of time with it and absorbed it and listened to it over and over again, because what happens is there's a lot of records that, I'll pick them up and it's like, you'll be at the record store and somebody will be playing it, over the system, and it's like, oh, that riff caught my attention, or this little bit caught my attention, this sparkly little bit caught my attention. It's like, oh, what is that? And I always want to give, new artists a chance. You can't really lose all hope. I'm very stubbornly old school, and I am a music snob. I am a film snob, if you haven't figured that out by now. But that only comes from being, from a generation that had superior art and really amazing stuff that has yet to be transcended. No one really has come down the pike to do anything better than what I've already experienced, than what I've already seen and what I've already heard. So I can't really pretend that I didn't see or hear or read those things. So I'm, but I am open. I'm not closed off. I'm not like a, curmudgeon that's just like sitting around. It's like, back in my day, things were better and blah, 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 blah. And, things suck now. And even though that's kind of what I'm saying, but I hold out hope that things would get better. Okay, that's kind of what I'm saying. I always give stuff a chance, but by giving those things a chance, they lose their shine real quickly, man. Like I'll listen to it, it's like, okay, that's cool, and I'll when I like something, I'll put it on repeat. I really will immerse myself in it and dive into it because I really want to enjoy it. I really want to be turned on by new stuff. And so a lot of times, or most times, unfortunately, a lot of these things do lose the thing that, that it made me like it, to begin with. It becomes very one-dimensional, and it becomes kind of like played out really fast. It loses its shine. And this record didn't lose its shine because I listened to it for months. And, you get your like end of the year Spotify list. And this record, to no surprise, was at the very top of my Spotify list. I listened to this record more than anything else on my playlist. And for good reason. This record here is by the Slow Burn Drifters, which is a new group. The album is called Golden. And it is more than well worth your time. Please seek this record out. Listen to it on Spotify. Just check it out. Let it, wash over you. Let it, immerse yourself in these great songs. But I urge you, this is an independent release. I urge you to buy this record or CD and, help support these artists. Because artists like these are few and far between. The songs on this record are all made for the right reasons. These are made with the intention, like with somebody who lived life, who has experienced things and has filtered all these experiences and all these things and all this poetry. It just filtered through him and into this record. So every song on this is a banger. And these songs are not like, these happy-go-lucky songs. These are like some somber, sometimes melancholic, but very powerful songs. And the moods run the gamut on this record. It's not just like a one-dimensional thing. Like, it's a very well put together record, and the songs deal with like real life stuff, man. They deal with loss, they deal with love, they deal with things like, what if I had done that instead of that? How would my life have turned out? They deal with stuff like doing shadow work, finding out who you are, narcissism. They deal with getting caught up in the social engineering of our time, and like getting caught up in algorithms, and like just losing yourself to technology, and like just kind of snapping out of it, and like going against that and finding yourself again. It deals with really cool stuff that you don't hear on records anymore, and it's not told you it's not brought to you in a preachy way or in a woke way or in a hateful way. It's just given it to you straight, and the lyrics are very straightforward and poetic, and the playing on this record is amazing. Jack Irons plays drums on here. Jack Irons used to play for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He was the Chili Peppers' original drummer, a band which I despise, but he was great in that band. And he also played in the band 11 with Elaine Johannes, who is also on this record. And they just do really great work. As far as Jack Irons, I'm a drummer, so his playing on this is so orchestral and tasteful and just perfect. He doesn't overplay anything. He doesn't underplay anything. It's just very, very well done. And everyone's playing on here is well done. The guitar work is amazing. The keyboards, there's great horn work on here. It's very textured and sonically beautiful to listen to. And it reminds me, like, if you're a fan of David Lynch or Twin Peaks, then this record is just like an automatic. If you like Twin Peaks, if you like David Lynch, if you like the music of Angelo Badalamenti, if you like Nick Cave, if you like Scott Walker, then I'm not saying that this is like, he's ripping them off, or he's like, it's in that wheelhouse. It exists in that dimension of sound and aesthetic. In other words, like, this band would be perfect on an episode of Twin Peaks when they do like the Roadhouse scenes and there's a band playing on the stage. They would have been perfect for that. And that's a huge endorsement as is. I mean, I could just say that and just kind of drop the mic, and then that'll be it. Like, you just go get this record, and then you're like, your playlist is pretty much gotten leveled up significantly. So I'll leave you with this. If any of the things I said about this record catch your attention or pique your interest, I urge you to run and find this record and include it in your music library. Include it in your record collection. Don't just stream it, because artists don't get anything from that. Stream it as a reference to see if you like it enough to buy it, and I guarantee you listen to this record a few times and you'll be hooked. It is full of hooks. So that's all I'll have to say about it. Number one pick for the year, man. This record is not like the other music out there that's like a bunch of fool's gold, or one-dimensional or gold-plated. This right here is golden, and that's all you need to know. Go out and get it right now. I wish you all a happy and safe New Year. I will see you in a couple of days with more ramblings about the stuff that I love. Until then, have a wonderful night, and listen to Slow Burn Drifters on Spotify. You could also find them on YouTube. You could find them on Facebook. You could find them on Instagram. Reach out, get this record, even if it costs a little bit more for the shipping overseas, because they don't have American distribution from what I can tell. It's worth it, man. Support these artists. These guys are making very important, significant music. And dig it, man. I'll see you later. Bye.